day has arrived where we are visiting Phantasialand. We've checked in this morning. We're here at the Hotel Lingbao. We're staying overnight. This hotel already is just gorgeous. Everywhere you look, it's just the detail is everywhere. Everywhere you look, you're just immersed. And what I noticed as soon as we got in, like, you're already so immersed. You can't see any of the coasters. I'm just excited. I'm excited to be here at Phantasialand, a bucket list park with so many great coasters like Taron, F.L.Y. So many great things here. So I'm so excited. So let's go explore Phantasialand. And from the very second we walk in from our hotel, we are immersed. I already can spot what looks to be a coaster. What looks to be this ride called River Quest that we're gonna have to check out. It's just pretty incredible. I don't know where we're walking, but we're gonna try and make our way to F.L.Y. So yeah, this is pretty wild. All right, we are entering Rookburg, where we're gonna go on F.L.Y. Look and feel of this is just so pretty. If you look straight back behind the coaster, there is actually a hotel called the Charles Lindbergh Hotel. You can stay there. So pretty dang cool. We're waiting on this ride to open. I'm really excited to ride F.L.Y. Everywhere you look around this queue wraps around the coaster itself. As we get underneath here, there's a robot here at the bottom of this queue, as well as a little pre-show room. Looks like there will be some lockers here. We're gonna store our stuff, so we'll tell you our thoughts afterwards. So let's talk about it. That was incredible. The theming in this area is just immaculate. It's steampunk, it's industrial, and that coaster is long. It goes on for so much longer than you expect it to. And I think that's what makes it so much good. But yeah, that coaster is really, really good. The queue wraps all around the entire coaster. And yeah, it's a great coaster. Just everywhere you look is gorgeous. Even just you look at the wave swinger, and the water follows the chairs. So it's just like a water fountain underneath your feet as you ride. How cool is that? Now we're heading into this quirky dark ride themed around mice. Ratatouille who? So this attraction is like Toy Story Mania, but instead of little cannons, it looks like you have little icing blasters. Okay, so we just did the Mouse au Chocolat, which honestly was a lot like Toy Story Mania, except it was almost double the length, like the duration. Man, my arm is so tired right now. And then everywhere you look, it's just like a different vantage point of just gorgeousness. Like, look at this. Look at this. Just gorgeous. It's everywhere you turn. Would you look at this playground? Like, are you kidding me? Wow. Didn't have these growing up. Booze Town. I believe they have a bunch of family attractions in here as well as those indoor spinners. They have this whole indoor area with what looks to be a spinning coaster. But look at this, man. Wow. It's incredible. This area just straight reminds me of something that maybe you could build in Planet Coaster, but maybe you couldn't, because this is just gorgeous. But down here it looks like these are called Winjas Fear and Force. Two separate spinning coasters. Very neat. Winjas Fear. Let's talk about it. That was a spinning coaster. It was in this giant building that, you know, you're spinning, like from the moment you walk into the building, you see this track, all this track, and it's for this spinning wild mouse. And there's apparently two different tracks. One of them is called Winjas Fear. One of them is called Winjas Force. So we did Winjas Fear, which, you know, I wasn't expecting much going into this ride. But as soon as the ride begins, you're in darkness, and all of a sudden you're lifted up at an angle, and you go backwards. And so from the jump, you're going backwards through the course, through this building. You know, and at one point you're lifted up to the top of the building, and there's a lot of hairpin turns, like a wild mouse. There was even a point where it was like trick track, like there was a lot to offer with that particular ride, and I didn't expect it. Just kind of came as a surprise. I really enjoyed that. I also have a B&M inverted coaster that actually goes inside that building that we're going to be approaching. And the best part about it is it's completely intertwined with the pathway. So you can see the vertical loop right ahead of us. Here's the entrance to Black Mamba. There's that giant building that the chain lift goes up through. Very cool. If you look over here, right above you is the vertical loop, or one of the vertical loops in this ride. Alright, Black Mamba. Let's talk about it. B&M Invert. This thing is just great. I mean, right behind me, this thing, the theming, you get so close to the ground in so many areas. You feel like your feet are going to literally hit the ground, the rocks, the foliage, the lushness. Can you tell I really liked that coaster? Yeah, that was a great ride. The best B&M Invert I've ever ridden. Like, bar none, the best one. So good. I love the theme of this area. There's African drums playing in the background. This area of the park, gorgeous. Every area of this park is gorgeous. Like, the amount of times I probably said gorgeous or beautiful or stunning in this video is going to be insane. This park is insane. And we've only just skimmed the surface. This is their other hotel called the Mamba Hotel, which borders the Black Mamba, which is their B&M Invert. Very cool. One of the most beautifully themed log flumes I've ever seen. Like, are you kidding me? Well, we just got evac'd off of Chiapas, which is a really nice log flume that they have here. You know, there was a rave going on with some tiki gods or some Aztec gods. It was pretty cool, but they gave us a return single quick pass that we can use on another attraction. So we luckily got to see most of that attraction, but yeah, we're gonna keep making our way forward. Maybe use this on another one. So yeah, but it was a fun little fun log flume for sure. This area that surrounds the mine coaster called Colorado Adventure, really pretty. Wow, beautiful shots here of that track. And this ride looks to be very similar to the Haunted Mansion. So we'll see what this one does. I'm a little scared of this one. I forget what the name was of it, but looks to be like a dark, spooky kind of ride. Check it out. And we are in Klugheim, home to one of the best roller coasters in the world, Taron. I just can't believe that I'm here. Taron, let's talk about it. Fantastic, fantastic ride. Just from start to finish. Long. It gets really close to the scenery. It's really close to this Middle Earth looking rocks. It's just a gorgeous ride. It's a 10. It's in my books almost a 10. I don't honestly. It probably should be a 10, but like it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's been a bucket list coaster for me for a long, long time. So to be out here and actually ride it is kind of surreal. I still haven't quite fully wrapped my head around it. So yeah, exciting stuff. We're gonna check out some of the rest of Klugheim here. Maybe we're at the family coaster. Maybe not. It's got a 35-minute wait. I'm not sure if we're gonna wait for that, but we're having a great day here at Phantasialand. It's everywhere you look around this park, I'll tell you, this Klugheim area is really pretty too. Lots of little food options, but also incredibly great views of Taron. You can really get close to the track. going up the steps of the Mystery Castle, a completely enclosed free-for-all drop tower. How cool is that? Scary in here. All right, so Mystery Castle, let's talk about it. That was a very interesting ride. We went really through the bowels of this castle here before we got onto the ride itself. And it was basically like, imagine a square room with seats on each side of the room that are all facing inward. And then all at once, we skyrocketed up. You know, you could see all of the riders around you. And at the very top of the castle, there was like this electricity this electricity machine at the top that was really, really cool to see. So it was wild in there. It was a tall castle. I can't really relate it to anything else because it's so different than anything else I've done. So, but really, really cool ride. And this is the beautiful Hotel Lingbao that we're staying at tonight. That's actually on Phantasialand property. It borders the park. But this is the main central lobby. And it looks like you can get some burritos here in their Mexico section of the park. Little taste of home.
Thank you.
The one thing I will say about this park that I think you know, you need to do when you're here is to pick up a dang map, because this park has a very confusing layout. It's small, but there's a lot of different pathways, and you just got to make sure you take the correct pathways when you're here at the park, because you could end up very lost, which we kind of just were, and then you hit a lot of dead ends. You don't really end up where you want to in the park. So get a map, get familiar with the layout of the park before you come, and I think you'll be in good shape. We went into this candy shop in Rookburg, and look at all this gorgeous looking candy. Wow. We're having fun. Well, that's gonna do it at probably the world's greatest theme park, maybe? One of? I mean, this park is incredible. It's small, don't get me wrong, it's small in size, but gosh, do they pack so much in, where this feels like a park you can just spend all day in, and maybe even 2 days. There's multiple hotels on site. We're staying at one of them tonight, Hotel Lingbao. I showed you a little bit of footage from that of that hotel earlier, and I'm just excited to be here. This is a park that I think any coaster enthusiast should look at and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go out to Germany and I'm gonna get to that park, because it's worth the hype that I had in my head. And the coasters here, the rides here, everything world class. Nothing I left from where I felt disappointed. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope this gave you a little taste of what this park has to offer. And yeah, we're on to another park tomorrow, so catch the video then. Thanks for joining.